Welcome to another one of our training videos. In this video we're really going to get into the meat of it and actually design a closet. So with that being said, you can go ahead and navigate, if you're not already there, to americanclosetsystems.com, and like we showed you in the last video, go ahead and log in. As you'll see, I'm already logged in here, but if you're not, you'll want to click this button which will say log in and just enter your username and password, sign in, and you'll be brought back to this page and it will look very similar to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to design a closet. So on this second link here where it says design a closet, if you want to mouse over that and click on the first option, wall closet. Click that, and it's actually going to load up our screen here where we're actually designing a closet. And we have a lot going on in this screen, so we're going to unpack a little bit of it in this video. Won't get into every advanced aspect, but want to walk you through some of the basic things in terms of defining parameters around this closet, making a few changes, and then I will walk you through a couple different ways to edit some of your properties or settings. So first off, you'll notice the name of this closet is just an auto identifier based on date, time, things like that. What we actually want to do is name this something that will be helpful for this job. So for this one, let's say this is for master bedroom. So we can enter that there and we can click apply. Now you'll notice as I walk you through that it's a very good practice anytime you make a specific change to any parameter on this screen or a setting. And what I mean when I say parameter is like any of these numbers, right? Something in inches here. It's a drop down, and again I'll walk you through more of the detail in a moment, but just want you to know that as you're doing that, or maybe you change a setting over here, which we'll get into in a little bit, it's always good after each thing you do to click apply. So you'll see that as we walk through. But let's just do a basic example. We'll just make a few changes to this template closet design we have here to start with. So let's say we want to adjust our width. So let's say we're going to go to 95. We click apply. It makes some calculations and changes, and you'll notice on the left hand side here what it's done is this graphical representation here, it's actually changed our wall. So now what we want to do is we want to potentially change our number of units. So you might have a wider width for your closet, and so you might actually be able to add a fourth unit. So for this example, let's actually change that width a little bit. Let's go up a little bit. Let's go to 120. And now let's say we want to add actually 4 units. You'll now notice we've got 4 units here, and we're going to go in a moment and actually change a little bit of what's displayed here. But you'll see that happen dynamically, and it even tells us if we have any unused area here. So we've got some unused width. So let's go over here, and what we'll do is let's say as we're looking at this graphical representation, we've got a lot of nice options here in terms of clothing and some other things. That's a really cool feature about the system. But for now, let's say, you know what? I don't want to show all of this because it kind of gets in the way of what I'm trying to do here. So on the right-hand side, you'll notice over where it says show clothing, I uncheck that and I'm going to click apply. And so now I've actually can see my closet space a little bit better. But when you're showing this potentially in front of a customer, it might be really nice to have that turned on, right? You also can even turn off hangers and some other granular settings, but we won't, again, do all of those right now. Another thing you might want to try to do is actually change one of these sections. And each one of these letter designations is a specific type of unit. And for one of them, we'll just make a quick change because let's say we want to actually change that depth a little bit, or that width, or maybe we, for a particular item, we want to have a toe kick. So for item 2 here, I would say let's add that toe kick. So we're going to actually apply it, and you'll notice now it has put that in here in the graphic. After that, we want to make a slight change to unit 4 here, double hanging, so we can actually select that. And what happens here is it actually brings a pop-up where we could make a change. And let's say we're thinking through how we want this to look, and we actually want it to be like unit D here. So we can select D and it will change that out for us. And we also want to change a little bit of the width. So let's say we're going to go to 32 and see how that looks. Make sure we're not going over on any of our numbers. And there we go. So now you can see we've applied several changes, changed things about our wall properties, about our units, dimensions. We've added some attributes here like toe kick. As you can see, there's other things that we can do in here, and that'll be saved for a separate video. We can add dynamic things like perhaps the wall has some unique angles or dimensions. We want to add non-standard handles or door fronts. What is the floor type? You'll notice we even have a floor plan here, which we can enlarge. So there's a lot that can happen in here. But just wanted to take you through some of the basics. So perhaps after this video, it would help you to get in yourself, play around a little bit with it, and see what you can do. And from there, I'll just show you one last step so that as you're building out some of these initial closets, you can make sure you've applied all your last changes. And what you'll want to be sure to do is add to current job once you're done. And what it does is it puts it in this queue so you can see what your current job is. And so after this, you would be able to then go back in and view the current one you were just working on, make some edits if you like, etc. and so forth. But let's just do one thing real quickly. We'll save the changes to this job. And perhaps you wanted to then add to this job. We could definitely do that. But the first thing I recommend is maybe give it a job name. So we'll just put in the name of the client, perhaps in this case, and then we can actually save this job. Oh, and no special characters. So I'll just take that out and save this job. And so you'll notice now it's showing my list of saved jobs. Mr. Jones, the one that we have just done together here during our time on this video. And then I have one for Mr. Smith, which actually has more items in it. And I'll use that as a training example here in one of our following videos so you can see what it actually looks like to have a job that's built out with many different rooms or examples. So that's it for this video. Thanks for following along and watching, and I hope that's been helpful in showing you a little bit about our system. Definitely check out our other videos, and we'll walk you through a lot of profile changes and additional types of closet designs and that you can build in the system, and a lot of the really powerful properties that are contained within. Thanks.